Well, that was a very interesting one to see. But you can hear in the background, that's the bloody Cornwall ambulance AW169 is just coming to, looks like more likely it's just coming to land over near my place, I think, anyway. Which this is very interesting though, apparently, which I think this is basically the one I've just seen over in Penzance earlier on anyway. Basically, I think this is the same helicopter that I remember filming from earlier on anyway. Which, as you can tell, that came here to land just at my place in Penryn apparently though, which is a bit annoying. I think there's just been a call out urging just over at Savison Way anyway, which I think that's where the Cornwall Air Ambulance has just landed to anyway. I think it's just landing just over to Savison Way in Penryn anyway, which I think is just landing just over at I think it's just landing just over at probably just over at over at Savison Park, I believe anyway, or Savison Woods from there anyway. So yeah, I think this is probably the ones I've just seen where I saw it passing over Penzance earlier on anyway, and now it looks as like I think this is probably the third time I've just seen the Cornwall Air Ambulance today apparently. I think this is the third time that I've just filmed the Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169 apparently, which obviously I'm so glad that he's returned back to Newquay Airport anyway, but I'm so glad that he's returned back to Newquay Airport anyway, which is so surprising though. It's so surprising to see it, especially to see it for some shots anyway, which is so surprising to see that anyway. Now because once again I'm now back at my place in Penryn apparently, whereas I think the Cornwall Air Ambulance, it's just landing just over Savison Way, just by plane place anyway, which I think is just waiting for call out agent anyway, just over to Savison anyway. So yeah, I'm so glad that he's back in Cornwall back in Cornwall anyway. I'm so glad that he's returned to Newquay Airport, especially after the last couple of months that it's been over to Castlereagh Heliport in Liskeard anyway. I'm just so glad that he's back at Cornwall Airport Newquay anyway, especially after a long time since during his maintenance anyway. So yeah, and as you can see the registration is G-CRWL helicopter, and as you can see the registration is G-CRWL it is, and the call sign is HLE01, which is HLE01 it is. So yeah, for some reason I think there's just been a call out urgent just over Penryn anyway, just over by Savison Way anyway, and I think the emergency ambulance are pretty much there, I suppose, isn't it? And the police are involved. I think the police are probably there to get involved anyway, probably because of emergency ambulance anyway. I think the emergency ambulance are there for the patient anyway. But hopefully we will see it for the takeoff. Hopefully we'll see it taken off very soon. Hopefully just down at my place in Penryn anyway. Hopefully we might be able to see the takeoff. Hopefully we might be able to see it taken off, hopefully, when it comes to taking off at my place. Hopefully we might be able to see it taken off, hopefully. Whereas you see now it's just now landed just at Savison Way in Penryn apparently. It's just landed anyway. So hopefully we'll get to see the takeoff shot from it very soon anyway. So yeah, and as you can see the height flew now was it flew in here to about 7,000, just around 700 feet from here anyway, and where it's just from there where he was circling around, he was literally flying just about 450 feet anyway, which it came for quite a low pass anyway once he was circling around anyway, trying to find somewhere to land anyway. So yeah, and then as you can see this is where we saw it anyway, as he was circling around in Penryn, and then passed over Penryn River as it was flying at just about 425 feet from there anyway, where it just flew past over there anyway, as it flew into about 475 feet from there. So yeah, so hopefully we will get to see it taken off hopefully very soon. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some takeoff shots from Cornwall Air Ambulance hopefully, which obviously now, because of the time now I'm now back in Cornwall anyway, just now back at my place in Penryn anyway, especially after since 2 nights away from Penzance anyway. Now I finally get to see the Cornwall Air Ambulance this evening, which I think it's now coming up to, an evening anyway. So yeah, which it is now coming up to an evening. So yeah, okay, so yep, hopefully we will see it taken off over soon, hopefully for a second pass. And yeah, okay, so yep, thanks for watching, bye bye. There we are, finally. That's the Cornwall Air Ambulance that's just taken off at Penryn Savinson Way Park apparently. So he goes, he's just now departed just over to Savinson Park, I think anyway. Just over Savinson Park Woodland, I think anyway. I think this is where he's been, somewhere around there anyway. As you can see, this is where he's just had an accident just over at Savinson Way, Woodland College Valley, apparently. Which that's where he's just departed over. This is probably where he's just departed anyway. As this is where we're calling an awesome takeoff from Cornwall Air Ambulance. Especially after it's just returned to, after it's been returned to Newquay Airport since, I believe, Wednesday the 6th of March apparently, which I think that was the time it took off, especially just from Newquay Airport, just at especially what I called especially coming back from where he's been, just having some check over maintenance with a technical fault over at Castlereagh Heliport in Liskeard. So yeah, this is definitely what I would call the return of the original Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169 with the registration G-CRWL helicopter with the call sign HLE01, which basically this is the call sign that Cornwall Air Ambulance uses all the time, which is HLE01, which is basically HLE01. So yeah, just you can see that was an awesome takeoff from there anyway. Well, an awesome takeoff from that was anyway. That was such an awesome takeoff from Cornwall Air Ambulance. That was such an awesome takeoff that was. I can't believe that came here just for at least. I just can't believe it's just come here tonight for call out this evening, which I don't see why it's just come here for call out during this evening, just over Penryn, which is very odd because normally we don't see AW169 Cornwall Air Ambulance, which normally they do come for, well, normally we don't see it during, when it comes to landing over my place in Penryn, we don't normally see it when it comes for a call out urgent. But obviously sometimes we do see it when it does come here. We sometimes do see it, especially when it comes here for like call out agent. But I will have to admit, this has been about over the past few years that the Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169 that last landed. I can't remember when it was the last time that it last landed, which has been a while, but so Cornwall Air Ambulance, so last time we've seen it landing was well, the last time we see it landing was since 8th of May 2022, was the year before that we last saw the Cornwall Air Ambulance landed over at I think anyway, which I think last time it landed somewhere near May last time ago, but now because of this time for this year it's come even closer. Now because of this time it's just come quite closer to where I am now anyway. Now it's just coming even closer to where I am now back in Penryn anyway, which is a bit surprising. So yeah, I'm so surprised that the Cornwall Air Ambulance has come back to land at my place in Penryn, especially with the call out agent, which obviously it does sometimes. Obviously call out agent happens sometimes in Penryn and Falmouth area sometimes, which obviously it does anyway, because especially because call out agents between Penryn and Falmouth, it does happen sometimes, especially within the months of times that it does come here for, you know, call out agents sometimes between Penryn and Falmouth, which normally sometimes we do see Cornwall Air Ambulance that lands in Falmouth sometimes, like at Dracaena Avenue, sometimes over on the football pitch apparently, which it lands over at the football pitch sometimes over Dracaena Avenue, and then sometimes it comes to when it lands over at Falmouth Rugby Club as well, which obviously we do see Cornwall Air Ambulance that comes around sometimes. Obviously when it comes to landing we do often see it sometimes, especially when it comes to landing. So yeah, so as you can see he briefly just took off at 6:38 PM anyway, which I will have to admit that's one of the raw takeoff from it anyway. That's such a raw takeoff from Cornwall Air Ambulance. As you can see, this is where it started the high from, just at 150 feet, and then once it was flying it became, as it was flying about, once it was going up it was climbing up at 900 feet anyway. So basically just at 900 feet it came quite low anyway, just from here. I'm not sure whether it looks like it's going back to its base at Newquay Airport anyway. It looks like it's probably on its way back to Newquay Airport, or whether it's possibly heading over to Devonport Hospital just to drop off the patient apparently. I think it's what it's doing. I think it's just dropping off the patient, I think, down to Devonport Hospital, which I think that's where the Cornwall Air Ambulance probably going, I believe anyway, probably down to Devonport Hospital, I believe, which I think that's where the Cornwall Air Ambulance is going anyway. Because the problem is today Cornwall Air Ambulance has been on certain call outs today, which obviously today it's been on a certain call out over to Bodmin this morning, and then over to Weybridge, and then so yeah basically it's been on 3 call outs today today. Then it's been, basically Cornwall Air Ambulance has been in and out from Newquay Airport today. Apparently it's just been in and out from Newquay Airport today, which first it's been for call out over in Bodmin, which obviously that's where my friend lives anyway, which is Bodmin. So yeah, he's obviously Cornwall Air Ambulance has been on for a call out over in Bodmin, one in Weybridge, and now I believe it's just been doing some charity flyby missions in Cornwall. Whereas like earlier when we see it doing some training flyby missions, as I saw over in Penzance earlier on, back at the holiday park in Penzance, which is basically in Penryn, which I saw that low pass coming from the Cornwall Air Ambulance, which obviously I have to run and film it coming as I saw it flying over on the north coast earlier on. And now, as you can see, and then he's did the charity flyby training over Cornwall, and now all of a sudden he's come here for call out agent in Penryn, which obviously he's just came here for call out agent in Penryn tonight over in Saracen Park, I believe. So yeah, just over at Southampton Wayward College Valley Park apparently, which I think is another wood of the National Trust anyway. I think Southampton Woodland, I think it's kind of more like a bit of a National Trust walk, I think anyway. It's a bit of a National Trust anyway. It's not far to where I am anyway. So yeah, looks like it's just dropping off a patient to Devon Hospital, which I think the patient was from probably somewhere in Cornwall, probably Penryn anyway. I think it came from somewhere in Penryn anyway. I think it's just dropping off a patient over to Devon Hospital, which I believe that's where it's going anyway. Just going to drop off the patient in Devonford Hospital, and then hopefully at the time it will head back to his base at Newquay Airport very soon anyway, which hopefully it will, for the time that it will head back to Newquay Airport very soon. So yeah, and because tomorrow I'm back college, because of tomorrow I'm due to be back college tomorrow, and because Easter holidays is now coming to the end apparently. Now because at the time we're now come to the end of Easter holidays, apparently we now come to the end of Easter holidays now. So yeah, this is now the time that we're now come to the end of Easter holidays. So hopefully tomorrow this will be the fresh start when I get back from college. Hopefully to see the Royal Navy Merlin Mark IIs and Avenger T1s hopefully fine tomorrow, and maybe the Drakens, but hopefully, because tomorrow I'm due to be back college, which is happening tomorrow, and schools is opening, well obviously because school and colleges are opening tomorrow anyway. That's why, because tomorrow I'm back college. So yeah, because the school and colleges are back tomorrow anyway, are back fully open tomorrow, all because tomorrow everyone is getting back to normal, back to college and school and all that tomorrow, and because it's all back to work terms as well, back to normal work days as well for me and for everyone else in Cornwall. So yeah, that's just the end of the Easter holidays, of finishing off the Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169 this evening. So yeah, this is just to briefly finish off to end the Easter holidays videos of especially Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169. So yeah, as you can see, it's just now going to drop off the patient probably over to Devon Hospital, I believe. I think this is where it's probably going, probably over to Devon Hospital, and hopefully it will head back to Newquay Airport very soon, hopefully. So yeah, okay, so yep, thanks for watching, bye bye.